Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
A fallen state line firefighter is honored. First responders escort Colton Gritzmacher's body back to Belvedere.
Rockford police investigate several shootings over the weekend. One happened just outside the city's newest hotel.
And the pandemic takes a toll on people's mental health. Local drug treatment center administrators explain how the health crisis has affected and how people have coped. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. A Belvedere volunteer firefighter is honored by his community. He died last week after a train hit the delivery truck he was driving in Stevenson County.
Hannah Zettel was at the procession for Colton Gritzmacher. She joins us live from Belvedere. And Hannah, many first responders came out to pay their respects.
Yeah, that's right, Eric and Mimi. The Belvedere community is gathering today to honor the life of fallen firefighter Colton Gritzmacher. The BCFD says he passed away in an accident last week. Now, earlier today, a funeral procession featuring dozens of cars, fire trucks, and police vehicles made their way from the Stevenson County coroner here to Anderson Funeral Home in Belvedere. Colton was a first responder with Boone County Fire Protection District 2. He was an avid outdoorsman, loved hunting and fishing, and he was a member of FX3 Outdoors. Colton also loved dogs. He was involved with Wobbly River Retrievers out of Stillman Valley. It's clear that the firefighter had a great impact here in the community. Many people have taken to social media, posting a red line photo with his badge number 52. Now, members of the Kirkland Fire District offered to relieve some of the BCFD officers, or rather firefighters, so that they could be here today to honor their fallen friend along with his family. And it was a big turnout. It wrapped up just a little bit ago. And now reporting live in Belvedere for your home team, I'm Hannah Zettel.
Hannah, thanks for that report. One person is dead, another injured after a shooting at a party in Rockford. This happened Saturday afternoon at a home on South Independence Avenue, that's just south of West State. Investigators say a woman and a 24-year-old man were both taken to a local hospital. The man died. The woman was treated and released. If you have any information, call Rockford Police or Crime Stoppers.
Police arrest several people after bullets hit Rockford's Embassy Suites Hotel. Officers say they heard gunfire on Cedar Street early Saturday morning. According to investigators, 2 vehicles took off heading west. One of those vehicles crashed into a ditch. After a short foot chase, police arrested both people who were inside. The second vehicle crashed near Marcasano Drive in Rockford. Police say the 2 people in that vehicle were also arrested. Kedrick Burden, Raheem Briggs, Darian Gully, and Martavius Evans all face charges. Those charges range from including resisting arrest to aggravated fleeing and unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. No one was hurt. A teenager is arrested after a woman is shot. This happened early Sunday morning on Garrison Avenue. When police arrived, they found an 18-year-old woman hit in her hip. She was treated and released from the hospital. A 16-year-old juvenile was arrested. He's charged with aggravated unlawful use of a weapon.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers calls the legislature into special session on police reform. This comes just over a week after a Kenosha police officer shot Jacob Blake in the back 7 times. Democrats proposed a number of bills, including the creation of a statewide use of force standard. Another would ban the use of chokeholds. Some Democratic lawmakers were frustrated that so few Republican colleagues showed up.
Your actions speak louder than your words. Absolutely. And your action speaks louder than your silence. So we need to see your action. We need to see good forth motions to be able to come forth and work on these bills.
No votes were taken on any of the proposed bills.
Today is International Overdose Awareness Day. Organizers hope to use the global event to educate people about overdoses and reduce the stigma of drug-related death.
Michelle Rave joins us now in the studio. And Michelle, Winnebago County leaders tell you the number of drug-related deaths has remained the same compared to years past.
That's right, Eric and Mimi. While the Winnebago County coroner says there hasn't been a drastic increase here, it's still a problem. So far in 2020, there's been 117 overdose deaths, which the coroner tells me is on par with past years. The clinical director of Altech Services says more people have been calling to seek help for substance abuse problems during the COVID-19 pandemic. Deanna Reynolds believes stress from the past few months has led some to turn to opioids and alcohol.
Sometimes what happens is it becomes compulsive, and it really can grab a hold of people. That's not what their plan is. Their plan is not, hey, I'll drink and get addicted, or hey, I'll overuse my medications and get addicted. People don't plan on doing that. It grabs a hold of them.
Reynolds recommends people seek treatment if they need it. The Winnebago County Health Department encourages people to learn how to administer Narcan in case they're ever in a situation where they can save a person's life. Eric.
Thanks, Michelle. The Illinois Department of Public Health announces more than 1,600 new cases of COVID-19. There were an additional 7 deaths. Since the pandemic began, more than 8,000 Illinoisans have died from the virus. The 7-day statewide positivity rate is 4.1%. Right now, nearly 1,500 people are in the hospital being treated for COVID. Winnebago County health leaders say more testing does not mean coronavirus metrics get worse. Last week, we told you the CDC no longer recommends testing for most people without COVID-like symptoms. Director of the Winnebago County Health Department, Dr. Sandra Martell, touched on that during the weekly coronavirus update. She says everyone should get tested and adds testing is intended to prevent additional infections and to protect vulnerable populations in the community.
Our metrics focus both on new infections and the percent positivity in the community. So simply getting more testing doesn't increase our chances of having to implement stronger mitigation standards.
Dr. Martell adds there were no additional coronavirus-related deaths in Winnebago County. The recovery rate here is 96%.
The Discovery Center Museum will allow more students to access its educational materials. The center normally holds classes for homeschooled students, but because of the pandemic, children who will learn virtually in their school district will be able to take part as well. The classes being offered are both in person and online and will cover a number of topics. For more information, find this story using the My State Line app. Chicago city leaders forecast a more than $1 billion budget shortfall for 2021.
They blame the pandemic. Mayor Lori Lightfoot says the city will need help from the federal government. That could come in the form of additional stimulus dollars. Lightfoot says layoffs are likely because of the budget problem. To bring in revenue, the mayor called for a casino that would be surrounded by a world-class entertainment district.
The city of Rockford announces a lottery program designed to provide minor repairs to homes. It's in partnership with the Economic Development Department. The repair housing program would provide up to $25,000 to eligible homes. Improvements could include exterior, electrical, mechanical, or plumbing issues. Only one family can live in a house, and it must be owner-occupied and located within the city of Rockford. For more information, find the link in this story on our website, mystateline.com. Rockford area police need your help putting suspected criminals behind bars. Here's this week's Crime Stoppers report. Terrence Johnson is 44 years old. He's 5'6", 160 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. Johnson is wanted for aggravated battery. Larry Anderson is 37 years old. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. Anderson's wanted for possession of a stolen vehicle. Jarrell Moore is 22 years old. He's 6 feet and weighs 300 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes. Moore is wanted for aggravated battery. Gage Reese is 20 years old. He's 6'1", 150 pounds with red hair and brown eyes. Reese is wanted for domestic battery. If you have information on any of these suspects, contact Crime Stoppers. You don't have to give your name, and you could be eligible for a cash reward.
Your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
You know, lots to talk about this week. First, with the rain showers that came down this afternoon, kind of diminishing a bit here this evening. Then we've got another chance for some rainfall as we head towards the afternoon and evening hours tomorrow. Several cold fronts coming through, the first of which will come through tonight, another one later this week. And then again, as we head towards the end of this upcoming weekend, each one bringing us a nice cool down and increasing our wind as well. Got a cooler end to the week behind those fronts and even a bigger cool down potential as we head into next week. But let's first talk about that rain. It was nice to get some of that, maybe doing a little bit of a happy dance here this afternoon. And while some places picked up ½ an inch of rainfall, others not quite as much, but at least it is a start in what has been a 3-week dry period for most of us. We still do have a couple of lingering showers now moving through DeKalb County. From DeKalb to Sycamore, these will kind of move out within the next 30 30 to 40 minutes, and our skies will actually stay dry as we go through the night tonight. Cold front lining up here to the west of us, clearing skies back behind will leave us with a partly cloudy sky as we go through the night. You can see some of that clearing a little bit on the horizon as we look to the north and northwest. A live look with our Mercy Out Skytrack camera out in Freeport this evening. Temperature at 70 degrees in Freeport, 74 in Rockford, Rochelle, and we're 75 right now down in Dixon. Our weather watcher Mike north of Forston checking in with 70 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, had 0.2 of an inch of rainfall. 73 for Sandy in the Kirkland-Fairdale area. Half an inch of rain. She says my rain gauge still holds water. Nice to have that too. And Jim, our weather watcher here in Rockford, checking in with 72. And had just a little over 0.6 of an inch of rain come down. As I mentioned, those showers will be coming to an end within the next 30-40 minutes, especially to our east. We'll hang on to a few clouds, but then our skies will turn partly cloudy as we go through the night tonight. That clearing short-lived as we'll bring back some of the cloud cover during the morning hours and early afternoon tomorrow. That front settles down to our south and will become the focus for a few additional showers that'll work in from the south tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Might see a little heavier rainfall down to the south, so areas that maybe didn't get much of anything here from this first round, you might have a better chance of that tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. That will continue through about midnight. We will get some fog though overnight Tuesday into Wednesday, so just look for some fog Wednesday morning. We'll see sunshine as high pressure begins to build back in during the afternoon on Wednesday. Now behind that front tonight, temperatures will cool off into the 70s for tomorrow, but we're back into the 80s on Wednesday and even on Thursday. Our second cold front comes in Thursday afternoon. This one looks to come through mostly dry, not a lot of moisture with it. We might get an isolated shower or thunderstorm. What you'll notice though is that cooler push of air that arrives Thursday night and then going into Friday. Our temperatures will warm back up though on Saturday into Sunday. Got another cold front that comes in on Sunday. This one could also bring us a decent chance of rainfall into early next week, but we see a really big dip in our jet stream start to develop next week, and that'll bring down some cooler air as the heat continues to build out to the west, which could push highs if that forecast holds in the 60s by next week. So we're 59 degrees for tonight. A little cool out there, less kind of muggy and humid. 76 for tomorrow afternoon. Our skies will turn mostly cloudy, and you've got that chance for a rain isolated thunderstorm later in the day. 83 on Wednesday, 82 on Thursday. Dry Friday, Saturday. Nice start to the Labor Day weekend. Sunday, we've got the chance for showers, low 70s by Monday of next week.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
The Cubs are in better shape for the playoffs than they were before this day began. They added 3 players before the trade deadline. They got left-handed reliever Andrew Chafin from the Diamondbacks for a player to be named later. Another lefty reliever, Josh Osich from the Red Sox, for a player to be named later. And they received veteran outfielder Cameron Maben from the Tigers for infielder Zach Short. This was Maben's first season with Detroit. He was batting .256 in limited action. He missed a couple weeks with a quad injury. Last season with the Yankees, Maben batted .285 with 11 home runs. The 2 relievers should provide a big boost to the bullpen. Chafin in particular, he's been especially strong against left-handed batters in his career. He's only pitched 6 innings this season due to a finger injury. He struck out 10 batters in those 6 innings. He's expected to be ready for action very soon. Did you know that the outfielder the Cubs got from the Rays yesterday, Jose Martinez, once played for the Rockford Aviators? That's right, he played 28 games for them during the 2014 season. He had a .337 batting average and 3 home runs. He was signed in mid-season that year by the Atlanta Braves. The White Sox didn't make any deals today. They decided to hang on to their young talent. The Sox will send Lucas Giolito up against the Twins tonight. It'll be his first outing since his no-hitter last Tuesday. He'll try to become only the second pitcher in Major League history to toss back-to-back no-hitters. Today, Giolito was named the American League Player of the Week. Since David Montgomery is injured, the Bears have signed free agent running back Napoleon Maxwell. He's an undrafted rookie from Florida International. There's a pretty good running back on the free agent market now. The Bears want him. Leonard Fournette has been released by the Jaguars. He rushed for more than 1,100 yards last season. Fell out of favor, though, in Jacksonville, and the Jaguars didn't want to pay him big money. The Rockford Speedway won't be quite the same going forward. Longtime owner and CEO Jody Deary has retired from her daily duties at the track. Deary will turn 96 years old in November. She first started helping out at the track in the mid-1950s when she and her husband Hugh moved to Rockford from Indianapolis. They took over the speedway in 1959. Hugh Deary died in 1984, but Jody's continued to oversee things with the help of her children. She's been present waving the green flag for the start of some races and cheerfully greeting the winning drivers after races, while also working in the ticket booth. Jody's son and current Rockford Speedway General Manager David Deary tells me that the family is hoping to hold an open house for Jody at the track the first weekend in October. That's the weekend of the National Short Track Championships.
Well, the rainfall that came down earlier this afternoon and evening continues to work a little bit further to the east, leaving us with a dry sky as we go through the night tonight. Our first warning interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Temperatures tonight down into the upper 50s. Cloud cover does move back in, unfortunately, as we go through the afternoon tomorrow, but this could bring us another round of some rainfall, especially during the afternoon and evening. Might favor a little more to the south of us, so areas that didn't quite pick up on much rain here this afternoon. Dry Wednesday, isolated chance on Thursday, dry Friday, Saturday. A lot cooler next week, guys.
Thanks, Candice.
And thanks for watching. We'll see you at 10.
Stay safe.